Do you remember 8th grade? It was a fun time. High school was right around the corner, learning subjects like algebra, biology, figuring out your first crushes. It was a pretty much innocent time overall. But things are a little bit different, at least for the 8th graders down here in Cedarville, New Jersey at Myron L. Powell School. The 8th grade students down here were given an assignment to identify the reactive response to a given situation. The situation? Well, you're gonna have to hear it to believe it. Listen to this question. So you had a rotten day, but lucky for you, your best friend is having an awesome party later. You go to the party and start drinking. You have a little too much to drink and start talking to this girl or guy you've never seen before. You head upstairs to get better acquainted despite several friends telling you that you don't even know this person. You end up having sex with this person. The next day, you can't really remember everything that happened and rely on your best friend to fill you in. 1 week later, you find out that you've contracted herpes from your white night stand, and this is a disease you will have for the rest of your life and never know when an outbreak will occur. A mother of one of the students, Amy Loper, posted this on her Facebook page and it exploded in the tri-state area. The district stated that the assignment is part of the Common Core curriculum and it is connected to a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. The district hasn't immediately returned my request for comment. I spoke to Dr. Carruthers of the Child Mind Institute to fill us in a little bit about this.
It may have been inappropriate in the way that it was phrased. We're not going to assume that kids haven't heard of herpes or any other sexually transmitted diseases. But when it comes to a homework assignment, I think parents would want to have some information about what their kids are being asked about prior to the kid having to respond, because there's a chance that some parents haven't had these talks.
On the radio this morning, the mix was men to women. A couple of the men that called said that. But then when I put the question to them, I said, well, when you read this question, it's really a moral neutral. Like, they're not making any judgment call as to whether or not you should be having sex with strangers or binge drinking at 13. They were saying the issue was, how do you deal with herpes? So when you put the question that way, most of the fathers and mothers I talked to said, you know what, not appropriate, especially without the parents knowing about it.
There's like 5 different wrong things in the question, you know, all culminating in, by the way, how do you feel about the fact you now have herpes?
You now have herpes.
But that being said, I don't know, today's 8th graders are what, yesterday's 10th graders? 8th graders are way, way ahead. I agree with you, the question's inappropriate. I'd be curious about what some of them answered.
A lot of the things, though, that are being discussed are things that you would learn if you were in 8th grade and you were going through sex education. So it's kind of like a conversation that you should have, but it's phrased in the worst way possible.
This is not done in any preventative way. This is like, just accept this is the way the world is. But the bottom line is, parents have the right. You know, it's hard enough to be a parent in this day and age, but to have the entire culture working against you if you're trying to teach your kids that that situation should be avoided, it makes it a lot harder. All right, thanks, Rohan.